You may be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the class of 2021 of Fremont Collegiate High School, I'd like to welcome all of you to our commencement ceremony this evening. Would you please take this opportunity to silence all cell phones and electronic devices that would cause any disruption to tonight's ceremony. We do have an official photographer, and this video, the event is being live streamed. We have had struggle this evening deciding on a venue, specifically because a stadium ceremony at Fremont Collegiate means that parents can participate. In the event that rain does spoil our ceremony, we will recess, move to the auditorium, and continue the ceremony. Skies look beautiful, so let's knock on wood. If that occurs, unfortunately, parents will not present diplomas. Please keep this in mind. We have done everything within our control to have a beautiful graduation ceremony tonight, so please bear with us. I'd like to extend a special welcome to the parents, relatives, and all family members in attendance or watching virtually this evening. The class of 2021 has had a very unusual year. Some students were 100% virtual, and we saw them the first time last week. Some took college classes most of the day, so we barely saw them. One thing that was definitely not new was seniors that caught senioritis very early in the year. Regardless, they've made it, and we are ready to celebrate. Congratulations. Would everyone please stand, remove your headgear, and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance and Texas Pledge, led by Regina Caballero Solis and Andrea Flores Carrillo.
The color guard for today's event is from the Citizens Navy JROTC, Fremont High School NJROTC cadets. Carrying the United States flag is the Executive Officer Lieutenant Junior Grade Gabino Suarez. Carrying the Texas flag is Cadet Petty Officer 3rd Class Stephanie Gutierrez.
Carrying the left rifle is Cadet Seaman of Evan Torres, and carrying the right rifle is the commanding officer, Cadet Lieutenant Dylan Valdez. They are under the direction of Marine Mr. Sergeant Tijerina and Navy Petty Officer 2nd Class Alejandra Aguilar.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may have noticed a graduate standing apart from the rest of the class. This graduate has sworn in and committed to serve in a branch of the United States military.
Sabrina Marie Garcia, Texas Army National Guard. Thank you for your dedication to our country. Please remain standing as Joy Gutierrez leads us in the invocation.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for the chance to gather tonight in celebration of the closing of this chapter in our lives. Lord, what so many may have taken for granted, we thank you for from the bottom of our hearts. Please hold your protective hand over everyone here tonight and bless all those who support us from afar. Lord, thank you for our time at Fremont Collegiate High School. Thank you for the memories we have created. Thank you for the friends we have made. Thank you for the time we have spent together. And thank you for the knowledge we have gained. We lift all our supporters up in your name as we celebrate tonight. Our family, friends, loved ones, teachers, and mentors. We thank you for each of these gifts and ask that you bless them all. As we each continue our story, please light our paths, fill our hearts with kindness, and inspire our minds with goals that please you. In your name we pray. Amen. You may be seated.
It is a pleasure for me to recognize and introduce our platform guests. Members of the Fremont Independent School District Board of Trustees, President Mr. Frank Rios Jr., Vice President Ms. Deborah Lopez, Secretary Ms. Naida Martinez, Ms. Vida, Ms. Peña, Ms. Marcela Jimenez Scott, Superintendent of Schools for Fremont Independent School District, Ms. Steve Van Maitre, Executive Director for Instructional Support Services, Dr. Christina Gonzalez. The special guest who has graciously accepted to be our commencement speaker this evening, Alyssa Sines. Fremont Collegiate High School Principal, Ms. Claudette Garcia. Counselor, Mr. Paul Rodriguez. Early College High School Administrator, Miss Nina Everett. Fremont Ernest H. Singleton Early College Academy Principal, Mr. Joel Trevino. Athletic Director, Miss Ruben Cantu. And Special Education Director, Miss Ashley Cantu. Thank you.
Amber Rose Garcia was born in Kingsville, Texas in 2003. Throughout her younger years, she attended several different elementary schools in the area. However, her 6th grade year, she came to Fremont and it became her home. Throughout junior high, Amber was very involved with athletics, which is what she attributes her self-discipline and people skills to. As she transitioned to high school, her focus shifted more to academics and she began to direct her energy to her studies. From the first day in my English 1 class, I knew Amber would be a high-ranking graduate. She was a model student who was self-driven to be successful. As the years have passed, I have seen her desire to succeed develop into a guide that drives her actions day in and day out. Amber has achieved many accomplishments throughout high school, including being a class officer, being a member of the National Honor Society, and earning her associate degree while still in high school. However, she believes that her greatest achievement is being a first-generation high school graduate as well as a first-generation college student. Amber will be attending UTRGV this fall and pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Fremont Collegiate High School Class of 2021 salutatorian, Amber Rose Garcia.
Good evening, family and friends. As we all know, tonight is a night that we have all been waiting and working so hard for, but also secretly dreading. Tonight is a night that we are no longer high school students. After this ceremony, we will have about a few weeks left as everyone will be celebrating their graduation, and then that's it. We are officially adults. While this year has taught us to be a bit more independent, I know each and every one of us wishes we could just rewind and appreciate the time we may have underappreciated. I remember being a tiny freshman looking up at the seniors thinking how I could not wait to be like them. I never understood how people would tell me to appreciate and make the most of my high school years because it goes by way too fast. But here I am stressing the same thing to my underclassmen because it is true. It is nothing short of truth when I say we are all completely different than when we were 4 years ago. A lot of us had our first day of college before the first day of high school. In my personal experience, growing in the college setting has given me the security of knowing what a college classroom feels like. I also learned what it is like to be not to be the perfect college student. During my sophomore year, I made my first D in a class. I was so crushed by it and I cried, thinking, how could I let myself fail in such a way? Not very long after, I learned that, although I could have done better, I'm not a perfect student and I am bound to go through these small failures in life. I have inevitably made me who I am today. I know I have many more years of hardships and small failures, but I am confident that they will make me a very strong woman. Most of my peers know me as the short, small girl, and that is very true. Maybe sometimes I even come off as aggressive looking, but I promise that is purely just the hard looking shell on the outside. I like to see myself as a girl who was planted in a rough patch of soil and turned out to be a radiant and beautiful flower. I used to call myself a rose, mostly because that is my middle name, and as a younger teen, I wanted to be seen as the beautiful but watch out for my thorns type. But after a few years, I started to figure myself out, and I noticed how much I relate to a sunflower. I know they're every girl's favorite flower, but I promise I did not like them for the trend. A few years ago, I learned that sunflowers follow the sun. When the sun is up bright in the sky, that is when sunflowers stand their tallest, and when the sun goes down, they face each other. I adopted a quote that I love and have preached it to anyone I can. It is a quote I probably found off of Google, but to spice it up, I learned it in French. The short quote reads, "Cherchez toujours la lumière," and it means always look for the light. Just like sunflowers do, I encourage everyone to always look for the light even when the sun is going down, because tomorrow it will be up again and shining bright. To my classmates, very soon we will have to lead our own lives, and there will be times where we all want to give up. No matter what happens in the future, remember that we were strong enough to get through our senior year, probably the hardest year of any senior class. This year is not at all how we could have ever imagined it, and I know that if we could do it over the way we wish, we would do it in the blink of an eye. Despite the thought of how it could have gone, we are living how it actually went, and everyone, we did it. Above all emotions, tonight I am grateful. I'm grateful to be standing here, healthy, alive, and accomplished. I am more than proud to say that I grew up and graduated from Fremont ISD. I will never forget the endless amount of memories and opportunities I had in this town. I am not sure that I will ever live here again, but I promise to never forget where I am from. There is so much more to this small town than meets the eye, and I'm beyond grateful to call it my hometown. To finish off, I would like to thank Fremont ISD for making me a cowgirl forever and giving me this chapter of life that I will never forget. I would also like to thank my family for being endlessly supportive and loving. Most of all, I have to give credit where credit is due. Thank you, Mom, for being my rock and the reason I do everything that I do. I am me because of you. Mom, we did it.
Looking at our valedictorian this evening brings back some memories of when he was maybe 4th or 5th grade. He would come to work with his dad in San Diego during the summer and play basketball in the gym. The first time he came into the office asking for a drink, it took me a minute to figure out why this high school student was so small. That has definitely changed. Even then, I knew he was going to be an amazing athlete, scholar, and a wonderful young man. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the valedictorian for the Fremont Collegiate Senior Class of 2021, Jordan Michael Gonzalez.
As a class of 2021's valedictorian, I would like to welcome all family, friends, faculty, staff, and administration that are here to celebrate this achievement that we have been working towards our whole life. Seeing many faces here tonight seems like we're coming back to a sense of normalcy since the whole pandemic, which is great to see. First, I would like to thank all the people that have made an impact on me getting this achievement that I've strived for these 4 years of high school. First and foremost, Jesus Christ. He has blessed me with the many skills and abilities that I have today. He has blessed me to wake up every day and live my life to the fullest, and without Him, nothing is possible. The faculty and staff of Fremont Collegiate are the first people I would like to thank for helping me to get to where I am today. Starting off with the teachers that have impacted my educational life, Ms. Osorio, always having those talks about my future and whether I would keep that 4.0 in college and high school. I did not, by the way. Calculus one kicked my butt. Miss Rod, although I've been sharp in math, you have always tested my brain and amazed me every day on how much you know. Thank you for always helping me with my college math classes and helping me get through the stressful semesters. Also for being the best sponsor and helping our class with everything you have done. Miss Everett, oh Miss Everett, not only my English 1 teacher and dual enrollment advisor, but a friend to talk to in the sub, and a person I could always talk to about my problems in college. For my 4 years here in Fremont, I feel like we have been the closest since we were at the college most of the week. The many times I wanted to give up, I want to thank you for pushing me to be the best version of myself, and keep going. Thank you for revising my essays, helping me get Scantrons and my classes ready for the semester, and the biggest thank you for letting us stay that 1 or 2 days out of the whole semester to eat Chick-fil-A at the sub. To Mr. Rodriguez and Ms. Garcia, thank you for all the guidance and leadership that y'all have shown, not only these past 2 weeks, because I know it has been stressful, but for the past years. To Mr. Van Maitre, thank you for being there, not only for me, but for the Fremont community. You have done wonders to this school, and I'm glad I've been able to be a part of that. I will never forget the words that you told me at the senior acknowledgement ceremony. It really felt good to hear that from you. To the rest of the Fremont faculty, staff, and administration, a simple hello, good game last night, or congratulations goes a long way, and I would like to thank all of you. Next, not only my high school coach and my uncle, but a person I felt connected to. A person I could talk to for hours about sports, school, or whatever's trending on Twitter. My Uncle Martin, I want to thank you for being a huge reason I'm giving this speech tonight. Many memories were made because of you being my coach these past 4 years that I will never forget. Victories, losses, championships, and most importantly, the lessons you have taught that I will never forget. Never wear your capper inside of a building, and there's a right time to have fun and a time to work hard are some of the few. Throughout the years, there have been many battles, but also plenty of laughter. I have never, and I mean never, heard you laugh your hardest until this year. In baseball season, we're in the dugout, and we showed you a picture of little Lucas with the Super Bowl trophy, remember? You're a big part of my work ethic, and dedication is so large, and without that, I would not be up here, so thank you. Now, although they may not realize it, my sisters are an extremely big reason I am number one in my class. Since I was little, I remember taking my shirt off and painting their softball number on my face. Supporting them when they were in high school seems like just yesterday. Little did I know I would be in their shoes one day and playing big games in high school. They've been big role models to me since I was younger. I always wanted to hang out with them when they were in high school and I was a little boy, but they always were annoyed and told my mom to lock the door. At that time, they did not know I just wanted to hang out with my role models. Now that I am older, we formed a bond that is unbreakable. Although they both live hours away, when we see each other, it is like we still live with each other. Calls about scholarships, talking about my day, or about how I did on my game are all things I'll always remember. I love both y'all and thank y'all for the support throughout my high school career. Last but definitely not least, my parents. I would not be up on this stage right now if not for them. They made so many sacrifices for me, and my family have made me successful. If any of y'all know my mom, she's the kindest person on this earth. There is never a moment where she is not smiling. She has done countless things for me that I will never forget. Those late nights when she was making a quiz for my college class, making dinner for me every night, praying for me, sitting in the stands, cheering for me in every sport, and if you go to the games, you always hear her. Sitting on the deck, watching me hit in the cage, and lastly, just caring for me and being my emotional support through tough times. I could always count on her for anything. My coach, principal, and dad all in one. The man I have looked up to my whole life. The man that I try to model myself after. My life would be 100% different if it was not for him. Those 4 to 5 hour practices in the hot sun on Sundays, lifting in the shed, hitting in the cages, shooting in the gym, throwing the football, always helping me perfect my craft in every sport. I'll also never forget when I'm laying down in bed and you call me to go pop your bat, or us yelling at each other nonstop because we both think we were right. One thing I always remember is that you believed in me no matter what I did. I wanted to start a woodworking business and you helped me by buying tools and wood to start off. Or when I was in a slump and I needed to hit, no matter what time it was, you were throwing a bucket of baseballs to me. Essays that needed revising, you were there to help me out. Mom and Dad, I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I would understand what's grateful for you too. Next, I'd like to elaborate on some words that have made an impact on mine and the class of 2021's high school career. Take these words as advice and motivation for life. Opportunities. Some opportunities change your life, and some make a small impact. Let me tell you that the opportunities that have been presented to me here in Fremont have changed my life. To start, coming to Fremont as a freshman. When I was a little kid watching my sisters play softball, I always thought I was going to be an academy lion. Never would I have thought I would be graduating from Fremont Collegiate High School. Going into my freshman year, I was set on going to academy. I was going to summer workouts over there, playing with their summer league teams, and hanging out in Kingsville. Then my dad presented an opportunity I thought would have never happened. Although he was a principal here in Fremont, I never thought I would come here, but let me tell you, it was the best decision I could have made. Being in a small town has made me many friends, relationships, and memories. Once again, many opportunities have come along in my journey here in Fremont. As an 8th grader, I was taking the TSI test, which people usually take in their later years of high school. I have an associate's degree because I took the opportunity to take college classes before I even graduated high school. Another big milestone that I've achieved in my high school career is my side business. Thanks to the Rural School Innovation Zone, for having the internship, and my girlfriend for forcing me to do the application, I now have a skill that I can use for the rest of my life. Opportunities come and go. Although they're usually unexpected, take a risk and accept it. Whether it's a job offer to play college ball, or a trade school, go full force and don't look back. Because if you do, you'll never know what you might have accomplished or memories you might have made. You never want to regret an opportunity you did not take. Time. Time is a funny thing. I think my 4 years in high school feels like the same amount of time it took me to take a STAR test. I saw a TikTok the other day that I would like to share. A girl in kinder asked, "Miss, why is there a 21 at the end of my username?" And the teacher replied, "That is the year that you graduate." Watching that, it hit me. We're all walking the stage and entering a new journey in our life. In elementary school, I would have never thought I would reach this point, as I'm sure y'all would not have either. Time is the most valuable thing in life. You will never be able to get a second back in life, no matter what you do. Throughout our time here in PCHS, we have all matured faster than we thought. We thought that after high school, we would go to college, and now most of us have 20 plus college hours going into actual college. Time is something that you need to cherish and never take the small things for granted. Whether it's going out to eat with family, going over to a friend's house to watch a game, or playing the sport that you love, because eventually it all comes to an end. At some point, you stop playing at your friend's house, you took the last snap of your football career, or you talked to a loved one for the last time. Make the most of your time and live life to the fullest. You want to be able to look back on your sports career, high school career, or life, and think that you did everything you could to be the best version of yourself. It was just 4 years ago that our high school journey began. We were a couple inches shorter and a bit skinnier. Coming in as a freshman and seeing our class, we're the definition of freshmen. Little 14-year-olds not knowing their role in life. We're living life like we wanted, trying to figure out how this whole high school thing goes. Fast forward 4 years, I think you can say we mastered it. Although in life, once you learn something, something new comes up. I can tell you from where we were when we were freshmen to now, we have matured into young adults. From my own eyes, I can tell you that seeing us on the court, field, or classroom, we have come out of our cocoon and blossomed into butterflies. I think we have made the most of our time here at PCHS. Although this piece of paper we're getting marks the end, it also marks a new chapter into our lives. Perseverance. This is something that we, as class of 2020, did to get here tonight. There was at least one point in these 4 years that an obstacle came up and we had to persevere to get through it. One thing I'll say about our class is that we have fight. No matter how down we are, whether it's in sports or life, we keep getting better for the next day or the next moment. I myself had to persevere to get through many things. Class of 2021, we had an odd year. It was just a year ago that we thought we were going on spring break. Little did we know we would not go back to school until our senior year. The virus messed us up in many ways, whether it was you getting it, a family member getting it, or not being able to learn virtually. The biggest thing is that our senior year was not normal. Some kids were not at school, including me, and some kids are starting their work life already. I am thankful for Mr. Van Maitre and Ms. Garcia for letting us have some things that we thought we weren't going to have this year, like sports and senior activities. Although there were always limited tickets, it was fun playing sports we love and hanging out with our friends one last time. My point is, throughout this whole pandemic, we persevered. We found ways to better ourselves, whether it was working, seeing a difference in our body, or finding ways to learn online. I know this was once in a lifetime thing, but keep persevering through life and try to be better every day. Now, class of 2021, we did it. After those essays in Miss Everett's class, or those history lessons in Russell's class, we got through it. Tonight is the night that we celebrate our 4 years and our graduation. As many of you all know, this is one of the best classes to come through Fremont Collegiate High School. Our class has been very blessed with opportunities to be successful, and we took full advantage of it. I would not have wanted a better class to be on stage with me tonight. Through our laughs, cries, successes, and losses, we have made many memories here at Fremont. Class of 2021, we have made our mark here in Fremont. Now let's make our mark in the world. Once a cowboy, always a cowboy. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker tonight. Alyssa Sines is a 2005 graduate of Fremont High School, where, among other accomplishments, She was a two-time state champion and a national finalist in speech and debate. After high school, she earned her bachelor's degree in political science at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. Following her graduation from Brown, she was accepted into Teach for America, where she served 2 years as a high school geography teacher at San Benito SD. Upon the completion of her Teach for America commitment, Alyssa attended St. Mary's University School of Law on a full academic scholarship. During her time at St. Mary's, she was awarded the Best 1L brief, was a member of the mock team trial team, and an associate editor of the St. Mary's Law Journal. Alyssa began her legal career in law in 2014 and currently practices at Norton Rose Fulbright in New York City, where she primarily focuses her practice on cybersecurity and e-discovery. Alyssa is accompanied today by her family, including her husband Kyle and 18-month-old son Luke. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Alyssa Sines.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for that warm introduction, and thank you to everybody for allowing me the opportunity to speak tonight. First and foremost, I want to say congratulations to the class of 2021. You did it, you're here, you're done. Very exciting. To the audience, I want to remind you that these incredible students have overcome immeasurable obstacles to sit in front of you here today, and I feel truly privileged to be able to celebrate alongside you. I remember sitting at the old stadium more than 15 years ago in my red cap and gown. I was excited, I was nervous, truth be told, I was scared. And I couldn't wait for the graduation speaker to wrap it up because I've had better celebrations to attend that night. So I promise I'll try to keep it short if you'll bear with me for just a moment. When I was in high school, I was heavily involved in speech and debate. And those of you who knew me back then might even say that I was a little obsessed. And in that program, I was taught to start a speech with a relevant quote. My former coach, Dr. Stephen Montemayor, who should be watching tonight, would insist that I follow that wise advice today. So after a bit of research, I came upon a perfectly cheesy graduation classic that goes something like this. Success is where hard work and opportunity meet. It's a common quote. Many of you have heard it before. There are lots of variations. And a few of us, if you were in high school when I was, had it written across the back of playoff t-shirts over the years. Every time I hear this quote, though, the focus is always on the hard work part. And that's fair. Hard work is incredibly important and essential to discovering exactly how far you can go. But today, I want to flip the script a little bit and focus instead on opportunity. We all know people that assume that their big break didn't come because the opportunity just never presented itself. They wait their entire lives for that moment to occur, as if it's going to ring their doorbell and announce itself like, hey, it's me, I'm the moment, come and get me. But that doesn't happen. In reality, what I think the quote is about is the types of opportunity that are more difficult to come by, not the ones that just fall into your lap. Instead, I think it's about the opportunities that you seek out and the moments that you are willing to seize. The times that in the face of uncertainty, you decide to say yes instead of allowing your self-doubt, complacency, or even fear to say no for you. The opportunity part of the quote urges us all to make ourselves available and willing to accept whatever the universe has to offer. For the past 16 years, I walked a fairly uncertain path a lot of the time. The truth is, I rarely knew what I was doing or even how to do it. I was very often intimidated and unsure of myself, feeling like it was only a matter of time before the other people in the room discovered that I didn't belong there. But I knew the formula: hard work plus opportunity. If I just keep saying yes and taking chances on myself, if I just keep working hard, I'm going to end up exactly where I'm meant to be. Or, at the very least, at the end of this adventure, I'll know exactly how far I was capable of going. Seeking opportunity and being willing to say yes has allowed me to live in beautiful places like Seattle and Florence, Italy. I've met incredible people along the way who truthfully taught me the greatest lessons of my life. I was able to live out my childhood dream of going to Brown University and being an attorney in New York City. My life has truly lived up to my wildest dreams. And I know that what made the difference for me was a willingness and a stubbornness even that made me say yes. Yes, I can, and yes, I will. When Principal Garcia asked me to speak tonight, she explained to me how special this class is. The first to experience all 4 years at Fremont Collegiate High School, a class that faced the adversity of a global pandemic and decided to overcome. You are a class of pioneers, a group of young adults that said, yes, I can, and yes, I will, when opportunity presented itself. Take that energy with you into the rest of your life and realize right now, tonight, that saying yes is what opens the doors to your life's greatest accomplishments. My best advice to you is to keep being pioneers. Take the trip to the place that you've never heard of. Accept the job, enroll in the class, open the business. Look for opportunities that move you and reach out to grab them. Take the calculated risks that bring you closer to your dreams, even if they're cloaked in uncertainty. Because dreams don't just descend down upon us from the heavens like rain. You have to reach out into the clouds and grab them yourself. And when you lose faith, because no path is without its obstacles, remember that Fremont has raised unbelievably successful people. Doctors, nurses, politicians, generals, business owners, award-winning teachers, farmers that feed families across America, and people who simply go to bed happy and fulfilled each night. Always remember that you are in good company, and there is nothing that a kid from Fremont can't do. All right, so I think we're probably at the part of the speech that all the graduates are zoning out and really hoping that I wrap it up soon, which is fair. But if you'll indulge me just a moment longer, I want to take a moment to address the audience, the people who love and support and celebrate these graduates tonight. Hopefully y'all are still listening. When Principal Garcia called me and invited me to speak, I almost immediately shared the news with my oldest brother, Jaime. And he was kind enough to remind me that 15 years ago, when it was my turn to walk across the stage, I tripped. But I didn't fall, because someone, an usher, reached his hand out to steady me. Little did I know that moment would be a metaphor for the path that I would walk for the rest of my life. It was just one of the moments that I felt unsure of my footing, where I stumbled but managed to stay standing because the people around me kept me steady. People used to ask me all the time how or even why I went to Brown for college. It was 2,000 miles away from home and I didn't know anybody, and truth be told, I barely knew where Rhode Island was. If you ask why, it's because a stranger on a bus when I was 6 years old told me that I should. But if you ask how, it's largely because the people that matter to me never told me that I couldn't. My point in telling you these stories is to remind you that you helped build the ceiling for the people sitting across from you tonight. Because to them, you are the people who matter. Be the person in your child's life that tells them what they can do instead of just what they can't. We give our children everything we can so that they can live easier, bigger, fuller, and more beautiful lives than we did. Instead of shielding them from failure or protecting them from the world that can be so scary, encourage them to reach their full potential and never settle for what's easy. Sometimes it's the difficulty, the challenge that makes it worth doing, and that's what makes it great. My life has been full of unexpected adventures, in part because my family never questioned that I'd succeed. They treated my accomplishments almost like foregone conclusions. My husband, who was my high school boyfriend, has always made me feel limitless, like there's nothing I can't do. They're the people that stopped me from falling, that steadied me, and then encouraged me to keep going. In so many ways, it's thanks to you, the people in the audience, that these graduates are sitting here today. So give yourselves tonight off. I think that you deserve it. But then wake up tomorrow and keep encouraging the people that you love to reach for their dreams. And when they fall, and they will, encourage them to stand back up and keep seeking opportunity. Encourage them to keep saying yes to themselves. Graduates, I'm almost done, I promise. I want to leave you with one last quote. One that Miss Irma Johnson introduced me to once upon a time and was scrawled across my own graduation invitations. This Robert Frost poem has been a beacon of my life. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Congratulations to the graduates of 2021 and to the people who love them along the way. Thank you for your time, and cowboy up.
Thank you, Ms. Science, for an enlightening and inspiring message that we, the class of 2021, will cherish forever. We would also like to thank you for taking personal time off your schedule to come and address us. And now we would like to present you with this token of appreciation again. Thank you. Once a cowboy, always a cowboy.
I'd like to recognize Fremont Collegiate High School's class of 2021 top 10 students. Number 10, Angelique Marie Niederheiser. Number 9, Andrea Flores Carrillo. Number 8, Tiffany Leanne Moreno. Number 7, Mia Gabriela Moreno. Number 6, Regina Caballero Solis. Number 5, Mark Adrian Gonzalez Jr. Number 4, Joseph Marin Gutierrez. Number 3, Jenna Deline Menchaca. Our salutatorian, Amber Rose Garcia. And our valedictorian, Jordan Michael Gonzalez. Congratulations to you all. You may be seated. Each year, a senior is honored with his or her achievements. There's a special honor bestowed when a senior graduates with an associate's degree, has successfully completed 12 college hours or more, has achieved 3 or more years in a foreign language. When a senior achieves this honor, the student earns a performance acknowledgement on their transcript. The class of 2021 has a total of 33 students this year earning this honor. Please stand, seniors, as your name is called, and remain standing until all names have been announced. Brian Adam Alanis. Jessica Bocanegra Martinez. Regina Caballero Solis. Andrea Flores Carrillo. Amber Rose Garcia. Cheyenne Lynn Garcia. Sabrina Marie Garcia. Stephanie Renee Garza. Jordan Michael Gonzalez. Mark Adrian Gonzalez Jr. Joseph Marin Gutierrez. Jesse Lorenzo Huitron. Andrina Elisa Johnson. Jonathan Derek Lara. Christian Noah Lopez. Ariela Noemi Mata. Jenna Deline Menchaca. Matthew Andrew Morales. Mia Gabriela Moreno. Tiffany Leanne Moreno. Jose Gabriel Naranjo. Angelique Marie Niederhauser. Jesus Roberto Niño. Alexandra Lizette Perez. Damien J. Perez. Rick Rios. Miriam Rodriguez. Lucas Ethan Rogers. Christian Jared Saenz. Pedro Saenz IV. Haley Marie Suarez. Again, our performance acknowledgement seniors. Congratulations to you all. Fremont Collegiate High School class of 2021, please stand. Mr. Van Matry, as principal of Fremont Collegiate High School, I recommend these students for certification.
Before I certify you, I would like to take a small personal privilege. You never treated me as an outsider, and for that I will be forever grateful. When we met each other the second semester of your 8th grade year, there were 4 students taking 12 hours of dual credit. And tonight, when you hear the amazing amount of college credits that this class has earned, it's phenomenal. We had 18 college graduates, and look at what they've grown to. You are the reason that is the campus of champions, and we are a flagship district. I will be forever indebted to you and your families for the amazing work that you've done while you've been enrolled at Fremont Collegiate High School. Thank you. By the power vested in me by the Texas Education Agency and the State Board of Education, I hereby declare each of you graduates of Fremont Collegiate High School eligible for all privileges, rights, and benefits of a high school diploma. Congratulations.
Students, you may be seated. Parents in the first row, if you would line up on the pole vault runner. Seniors, please rise as I call your name. Jordan Michael Gonzalez, son of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Gonzalez, Fremont Collegiate High School's class of 2021 valedictorian, Associates of Science degree recipient, 65 college hours. Amber Rose Garcia, daughter of Sarah Garcia, Fremont Collegiate High School's class of 2021 salutatorian, Associates of Science degree recipient, 66 college hours. Jenna Deline Menchaca, daughter of the late Mr. Rolando Menchaca Jr. and Miss Jessica Solis, Associates of Science degree recipient, 69 college hours. Joseph Marin Gutierrez, son of Lily Valderas and Marin Gutierrez, Associates of Science degree recipient, 53 college hours. Mark Adrian Gonzalez Jr., son of Mark and Doreen Gonzalez, 30 college hours. Regina Caballero Solis, daughter of Maria and Rodolfo Caballero, 33 college hours. Mia Gabriela Moreno, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Pablo and Joanne Moreno, law enforcement level 1 certificate recipient, 27 college hours. Tiffany Leanne Moreno, daughter of Amanda Peña, 40 college hours. Andrea Flores Carrillo, daughter of Mr. Rafael Flores and Miss Blanca Carrillo, 12 college hours. Angelique Marie Niederhauser, daughter of Miguel and Iris Niederhauser, 35 college hours. Brian Adam Alanis, son of Mr. and Mrs. Philip and Angie Alanis, 14 college hours. Jessica Bocanegra Martinez, daughter of Rosa Martinez and Jaime Bocanegra, 23 college hours. Kendall Lynn Bueno, daughter of Chris and Erica Bueno. Ethan Daniel Buenorostro, son of Brenda Vargas and Dion Buenorostro, 6 college hours. Carissa Denise Buenrostro. Daughter of Clarissa Ramirez and stepdaughter of Pablo Flores. Deandra Renee Cates. Daughter of Rachel Sanchez and Michael Cates, 7 college hours. Jessica Centennial Becerril. Daughter of Mr. Ruben Centennial Loera and Mrs. Maria Becerril. Jason Ulysses Diaz Ramos. Son of Mrs. Myra Angelina Diaz Ramos, 6 college hours. Caden Aliel Escalante. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Corey Escalante, 11 college hours. Cheyenne Lynn Garcia. Daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Miguel and Sylvia Garcia, 13 college hours. Caitlin Taylor Garcia. Daughter of Nicole Garcia and niece of Bobby and Ashley Looney, 8 college hours. Sabrina Marie Garcia. Daughter of Cynthia and Valdemar Garcia, 25 college hours, military commitment, Texas Army National Guard. Zachary Nicholas Garcia, son of Mr. and Mrs. Christopher and Crystal Garza, 9 college hours.
Wait, there's a black boat. There's a black boat!
Daniel Ray Garza, son of Anichito Garza and Veronica Cabrera, 6 college hours. Stephanie Renee Garza. Daughter of Marie and John Garza, 21 college hours. Alexis Justine Gutierrez. Daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jolene and Eddie Rivas. Jonathan Sebastian Gutierrez. Son of Liza Castillo and Jose Marin Gutierrez. Jesse Lorenzo Huitron. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Lorenzo and Jessica Huitron, 20 college hours. Andrina Elisa Johnson. Daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Pablo Johnson Jr., 18 college hours. Jonathan Derek Latta. Son of Vivian Latta and Art Ireland, 21 college hours. Christian Noah Lopez. Son of Orlando and Juanita Lopez, 15 college hours. Desiree Nicole Lynch, daughter of Joe and Tyra Leal. Ariela Noemi Mata, daughter of Hector Mata and Cynthia Mata, 19 college hours. Matthew Andrew Morales, son of Juan Morales and Christina Davila, 21 college hours. Jose Gabriel Naranjo. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Ovidio Arevalo and the late Buddy Naranjo. 22 college hours. Jesús Roberto Niño. Son of the late Robert Niño Jr. and Jennifer Perez, raised by Ismael and Sylvia Robledo. 15 college hours. Davina Mireya Peña, daughter Amanda Cantun and David Vicente Peña, 3 college hours. Matthew Diego Peña. Son of David Peña and Amanda Cantun and the grandson of Rosa Saenz, 9 college hours. Alexandra Lizette Perez. Daughter of Mr. Bobby and Jessica Garcia, 34 college hours. Damian J. Bettis. Son of Anika Martinez and Jesus Bettis, 14 college hours. Jessie Ramos, daughter Priscilla Palacios and Alex Perez. Rudy Ramos Jr. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Rudy Ramos, 6 college hours. Rick Rios, son of Frank Rios Jr. and Melody Rodriguez, 25 college hours. Miriam Rodriguez. Daughter of Mr. Jose Maria Rodriguez, 25 college hours. Lucas Ethan Rogers. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Justin Chapa, 15 college hours. Marina Kalani Danielle Runke, daughter of Dr. and Mrs. Dawn B. Runke, 3 college hours. Christian Jared Sines. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Sines, 32 college hours. Pedro Sines IV. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Pedro and Desiree Sines, 18 college hours. Cody Ray Sanchez, son of Olivia Sanchez and Lupe Garza, 9 college hours. Haley Marie Suarez, daughter of Priscilla Bazan and Gavino Suarez Jr., 17 college hours. Arissa Adrian Thomas, daughter of Rogelio and Lorena Rios.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jahan Chaka, and tonight I will be speaking about the memories we have made throughout high school. Although I have only been here in Piedmont for the past 4 years, I have many great memories with my fellow classmates. One of my favorite memories has to be the Toys for Tot volleyball games. This took place during our junior year, and it was very fun and crazy. Seeing the boys get so competitive for such a good cause was definitely something to see. They were so into the competition that they were yelling at each other, even if they didn't know the rules of the game. They thought they were experts. They think they're experts at everything, but they're not. It's okay. They were making their own rules as they went on, and they made it that that made the competition that much more memorable. I remember watching our boys, as it is something I would think that we will all remember. Being here in Fremont, I was able to take part in making history. As for sports, I was on the team that made it to the playoffs in volleyball, basketball, and softball. One of the funniest memories from this sports event, some of y'all may not remember, but I definitely do, especially Coach Maudine. During the playoff game against Greer, I, of course, got the volleyball stuck in between my arms, and if y'all know anything about volleyball, you're supposed to hit it off your arms. Then I turned to Coach Maudine to see if she was yelling at me, but she was laughing with my other teammates. I'm glad they're laughing at yells. I looked along the sidelines and realized that all my teammates laughing together with my coach was something that I will never forget. I am so glad that having my classmates and my teammates was like having another family here at school. When we were together, we were always able to be ourselves. Another part of history that I had the pleasure of taking part of was the Next Generation Medical Academy. While in high school, the Rural School Innovation Zone was developed. This allowed for us to choose our career pathways that align to our interests. Along with some of my classmates, I was able to travel to Freer, and eventually we received our EKG certificates and our phlebotomy certificates. These certifications did not come easy. I can remember on the first day of class at Freer being so scared and nervous to touch anything or anybody. We were also nervous to actually practice on each other, and we would all huddle up in the back of the classroom, like, do you want to go first? Because none of us ever wanted to go first. We would constantly question and hesitate before doing anything, but eventually we got over it. Well, most of us. I can remember getting together, studying, making flashcards, and quizzing each other. We were also nervous to take our state tests. At the end of it, we were the first of many to receive these certifications. As a high school student here at Fremont Collegiate High School, I am grateful to my classmates for making me feel that I was one of them, even though I wasn't here when we were little growing up, just these past 4 years. I am proud to be a cowgirl who has made many friends and many memories. I will never forget my high school experience here. It was not what I had expected it to be. Thank you to all my teachers, counselors, principals for motivating me and for pushing me to take part in the many programs available to us. I would not be the person I am here today without the help. Thank you. Will you please rise as Angelique Nina Hauser leads us in the benediction? Please bow your heads. Gracious and loving Father, we are forever thankful for your will to bring us to this point in our lives. As we leave here tonight, let us never forget the lessons learned, the friends made, and the memories created. Let us always remember you are a wise, giving, and protective Father, and following your path will always be a right choice. Lord, please bless our loved ones that have been seen us through this journey. For those that feel worry, fill their heart with calm. Those that feel sadness, wrap your comforting arms around them. As we conclude this celebration, please let us remember that you are a strong, wise, gracious, and forgiving Father. So as we leave here tonight, fill us with strength to push through the hard times, the wisdom to make good decisions, and the grace to be considerate citizens of the communities we are part of. And remind us, Lord, that if we falter, you will always be waiting to welcome us back into your graces. Please place your hand over everyone as they leave here tonight, and always help us see the path you have set for us. In your name we pray, amen.
Class of 2021. At this time, you may move your tassels from right to left. If you ever forget what side your tassel goes on, it's where your heart and alma mater will forever lie. Congratulations, you have officially graduated from Fremont Collegiate High School. Please remain standing for the alma mater.